Hey guys, Ralph here. Welcome to True Power Trumpet Fitness here on Magnificent Monday in Connecticut. Did you have a good weekend? Did you watch football games? They don't do it for me anymore. They don't do it for a lot of people, actually, if the ratings are any indication. The football and the NBA are in the toilet. Anyway, topic for another video. You saw the thumbnail. The first attack is vital. So important. Okay? Let's see what we got, and then we will take it from there. I played a couple hours. Let's see if I've got anything left. That's all I have for me. Okie doke. Anyway, great way to start the week. Hellacious double C's and Haydn. Franz Joseph. Allow me to wet my whistle. Anyway, actually, before we get to my stuff, did you guys see Perico on Friday? I told him, man, I emailed him. And I said he should change the name from the Dave Perico Pop String Orchestra to Monsters, Inc. I mean, every single guy in the band is just sensational. It was great. It was great. I'll tell you what, the whole Las Vegas show type of thing may not be your cup of tea, but just like anything else, you have to, you have to appreciate great musicianship when you hear it. And that was absolutely great. Anyway, the first attack, guys, so important. Now, all your attacks are important. And how many times have I done a video on stop, spit, buzz, reset? Guys, that first attack, if it is not right, okay? Now, let me explain. When you're talking about chops and chops only, there are such thing as good clams and bad clams. Okay? Now, all you band leaders out there are just laughing, man. There's no such thing as a good clam, okay, when you're talking performance. There just isn't, okay? Get that out of the way. But when you're talking chops, some clams can actually be very productive and something to think about. Now, if you are clamming above the note, bam, and then you pop down to the actual note, that means you've got too much compression. Now, for performance, you gotta work on that. But the point is, if you have too much compression, guys, especially at the beginning, you're on the right track. Okay? It's the ones that come from underneath that have no compression at all. They got a flump, and then they ease up. Those are the ones that are bad ones, and you have to be very, very careful of them. Okay? Now, with that said, if the first attack isn't right, the rest of it can't be right. Now, this is a huge, huge, I made so much money with Donald Trump. Anyway, I digress. Where was I? Yes. Guys, the first attack, huge, huge issue with all of my students. Very, very common. You want to get going. You want to, you have X amount of time and you got to get so much in and, the 30 minutes allotted and all this sort of stuff. That if you clam the first note improperly, a bad clam with not the right compression or a little to no compression, or your corners are tight or whatever the case may be, the tongue is not where it's supposed to be. Guys, you have to stop and fix it. It epic proportions. The guys clam the first note and then just keep playing. Now, does it sound better after the first clam if you just keep playing? Many times, yes. But guys, it can't be completely right. if you've clammed the first note. See what I'm saying? And guys, the whole point of this, if we've learned anything here, that you have to play correctly. The muscle memory, you have to play correctly. And if you clam the first note and then continue with your Clark study or whatever that without fixing it, then you played the whole thing wrong. And you are literally teaching your chops to play wrong. You have to play right. It's muscle memory. It is absolutely. What do you think Tiger Woods does and all these golfers? Hours and hours and hours on the range just to groove the swing. It's right and it's wrong. And you can tell when you're golfing immediately. Does the ball go right? Does the ball go left? Does it go straight as an arrow? Are you trying to bend it? Are you trying to fade it? You know immediately when you haven't hit it right. The same thing with the trumpet. You know when it's not right. You know exactly when it's not right. After a while, the secret to the whole thing, as I said, the tone will tell you. And when you start equating that correct tone with a certain position inside your mouth that produces that correct tone, you've got it. You've got it. Okay? Now, if the first note isn't right, you are playing the rest of it, whatever phrase it may be, wrong. Now, I've said this a zillion times too. This is when you're practicing. I realize, guys, when you go out on a job, you can't, excuse me, band director, maestro, I'm sorry, can we take it from letter A again? My attack was, you can't do that. You just have to keep going. And that stinks. And that stinks when it comes to chops. Now, I've said many times, I don't have that problem because I don't perform. Every single time my attack isn't right, I stop and fix it. Stop, spit, buzz, reset. Okay? And guys, you have to do it. It's frustrating as can be, but I'm telling you guys, you must stop and fix it, or you are literally you personally are teaching yourself to crash. My health and fitness clients, so many of them are diabetic, type 2 diabetic. Guys, I tell them, dude, it's not genetics. It's not, God is me, man. No, you did it to yourself. You did it to yourself. Okay? The same thing with the trumpet. You are teaching yourself to crash if you're not playing correctly. And I'm doing that on my assault to triple C. Guy, when I go above double C and I'm stretching and whatever, pinching and everything, just so I can make me feel better and I can get the squeaky note, I'm teaching myself wrong. The exact same thing I did to squeak out that G above double C the first time is exactly what I'm going to do the next time. It's muscle memory. You're teaching yourself to stretch this, and the first attack, you have to fix it. You have to fix it. Okay? And along the same lines, do you know, I know most of you do. Okay, got a message. The Clark, third study. When you're doing the last two measures, all of a sudden you've got an octave jump, an octave after playing over and over and over, which I don't prescribe that. But many times, when guys get to the last couple measures, okay, they either clam the top note or they stretch to get some version of the top note. Yeah. Guys, you have to. You have to go back and play just those two measures again. Spit, buzz, reset, and get it nice and solid. So the last thing that your muscles know, or they're memorizing from that Clark study in the key of F, C, whatever it is, they know they're memorizing the correct thing. So when it happens again, you're not going to go back and do this stretch one. You're going to go back, you're going to think about it, you're going to know it, and you're going to feel what it feels like. And sometimes, guys, listen, as much as you're just dying to get those last two measures in, if you feel it crashing, you have to stop. Then play it. Okay? But it all starts with the first attack. And guys, that can be very, very frustrating. Trust me. That can be very, very frustrating. I've been there. I've been there. Okay, sometimes you have to do 2, 3, 4 attempts to get that first attack right. Guys, if it comes to that, if it's just not working, put it down. Put it down. Don't fluff over it and just keep playing. Guys, put it down and come back until you can play it correctly. It's a waste of your time, and it makes your chops go down if you are playing one note incorrectly. Okay? And it starts with the first note. It's vital. Okay? Anyway, eat and drink your fruits and vegetables and live your life with true power. Love you all.